Welcome back, everybody, to the Don't Go Out There Horror Movie Podcast. Just want to thank all our fans and listeners. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Super excited for this upcoming interview. We're honored and excited to be joined by the star of the recently released Dolly, Miss Fabianne Therese. Thank you for joining us today. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing okay. Hot, hot. It's hot over here in LA.
And it's been
Yeah,
cold. It's been cold down
near
here in
100
Florida.
in March. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not. I think tomorrow's the first day of spring. It's not even spring yet over here, and
Yeah.
it's boiling.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Miss Fabianne, we always like to start
What
these
side are you guys on? Where are you guys at?
Florida,
I'm in,
Tallahassee.
he's in Tallahassee, Florida. I'm right outside of Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're in Tennessee.
Yep.
Nice. Okay, so you guys aren't freezing over there either.
It was 30
No,
degrees this morning.
It was what?
30 degrees this morning.
Oh, wow. In Florida, that's surprising.
Yeah, it was chilly this morning, but then it got up to I think 60 today, 60 something. So it was nice.
Okay, you guys aren't comrades in my heat wave.
Not right now.
No,
Give it a couple
no
months, we will be.
solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We always like to start all of these interviews just by asking, what is it that got you into acting? I know you lived in several exciting places growing up, including Austria, Sri Lanka, Abu Dhabi. How did your path bring you to Hollywood?
I think that that's actually like kind of how I got into acting is that I moved so much. My mom is Sri Lankan and my dad is from Austria, and we just grew up kind of poor. Like we would go live in a different, some auntie somewhere would have a job and we would move there. And my parents both worked really late hours, so I was in all the after school programs, and I just really loved the theater programs when I was little. And I lived in Abu Dhabi. I did this kind of traditional Indian dance called Bharatanatyam, which is very based in theater and storytelling. And so I just was like, I never thought that I would do this as a job. I just knew that I would be doing theater or some kind of storytelling forever. And I got lucky enough that when I moved out to LA to actually work in print, I was going to work for like a publishing house. I started doing some acting and I got booked for something and worked out.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to ask you about one of your earliest roles. I'm a huge A24 fan. Well, we both are really, but you were in the very first A24 release, A Glimpse Inside the Mind of Charles Swan III. It's a really quirky comedy with an absolutely loaded cast. You play Jason Schwartzman's girlfriend in the film. How did that role come to be, and do you have any memories from the set? I mean, Charlie Sheen, Bill Murray, Patricia Arquette, Aubrey Plaza, the list just goes on and on.
Yeah, that was probably one of the coolest like shoots I've ever been a part of. I work a lot in commercials. I think I have like a Home Goods commercial running right now or an Allstate commercial. Like that's how I make my health insurance usually is through doing commercial acting. And Roman Coppola, who's Sophia's brother, he owns a commercial production company. And they just were the company that booked me a lot at the beginning of my acting career. So I did a lot of work with their directors and worked with Roman a bunch. And we just really like working together. So when he was making his feature, he directed that.
Yeah.
He gave me a part in it, which was so cool. Yeah, so I was on set with like Bill Murray and Patricia
Yeah.
Arquette, and it was like Charlie Sheen at the height of his like
Right.
batshit Charlie Sheen craziness. And
Yep.
I mean, he would like go into his trailer in between, but I have to say, Patricia Arquette, she just chilled and would talk to literally anyone or anybody next to her. She is one of the most curious and fascinating people I've ever met. And Bill Murray and Jason Schwartzman, they're old friends. They were like cracking jokes throughout the whole thing. It'd be hard to keep a straight face. It was
Yeah.
great.
That's awesome. I'm a big David Arquette fan. I think he's severely underrated, and so I'm also a big fan of Patricia. Really, the whole
Yeah.
family. So that's great to hear that
She's the
she's.
reason why I never got my teeth fixed when I moved. Like, it's like true when you, especially back in the day, they'd be like, you have to get your nose fixed or get your teeth fixed. And I have some wonky teeth, but I always loved her teeth so much. So
Yeah,
I was like, I'm going to keep my teeth.
she's so great.
All right, Dustin, forgive me, but I'm going to go off script real quick. I want to ask you
Go
one
for it.
real quick question, just because I don't understand your business like you do. You said you
Of course.
take commercials, to get your health insurance, and I've heard, other actors and actresses say, they took this role they didn't really want to, but they needed their health insurance or something like that. Can you explain that a little bit to me and the rest of our audience?
Yeah, so in the union, you have to make a certain amount of money in SAG jobs. So SAG is the union.
Hmm.
And if you're in SAG, you can only take union jobs legally. And you have to make a certain amount of money per year. I think it's like $30,000 within the union jobs to be able to qualify for health insurance. And the health insurance is really good in SAG. But it's hard to make $30,000 in jobs because a lot of jobs, especially nowadays that everything's shot on digital, it's a lot cheaper to shoot on digital than it is on film, so you can make things for much lower budgets. But if it's lower budget, you might get paid SAG ultra low budget minimum wage. And the way those tiers are, like I could do a movie for a month and come home with like $2,000,
Oh
which
wow.
ends up equating by hours per day to lower than minimum wage.
Wow.
So on a lot of the features I've done or the work that I've done for the projects I've wanted to work on, I don't actually make anywhere close to a living wage. Most actors don't. The caveat to that is commercials pay a pretty good amount of money. They don't as much anymore because a lot of them are not in the union anymore. But in the union, the way that it's structured is you end up getting residuals. So every time my commercial, like I shot an Allstate commercial 4 years ago, they run it every year. So every time they run it, they pay me for it running. And when it runs on internet, it's a different fee than cable. It's a different fee than network TV. And anyway, that tends to be like there's a quote for or there's a thing you call directors that are commercial directors. You call them waffle eaters because you always have a waffle maker on set for commercials. And like if you've ever been on a normal movie set, you're eating like Zanku chicken or tacos, like pizza. So it's like it's you get paid more to do commercials
Awesome.
Okay,
because they have the it's brands, they have the money.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I
That's why a
mean,
lot of people are doing like films funded by fashion houses now because there's so much money in fashion
Yeah.
that you can actually have a budget to tell a story.
goodness, $30,000 in California too. Man, you can't afford to do nothing over there.
No, I mean that's why every act like there's a really great article actually by an actor that I worked with before, Noah Segan. He was in Starry Eyes with me, and he's like
Oh, I love
the
Starry Eyes is a great movie.
thank you. I love Starry Eyes so much too. Like the people I worked with on that, the directors, but Noah, who's in it, he's also been in it. He was in Brick, back in the day, and he's just in a bunch of stuff. Anyway, he has a great article about what it really is to be an actor. Because I think someone Googled me once and it says I'm worth $3 million, and I was like, I would love to know where that money's hiding.
Yeah, yeah,
But it kind of explains the reality of what it's like to be a working actor, which isn't that great. Even like what's his name, um, who just passed away, who's in Dawson's Creek, James
James
Oh,
Van.
James Vanderbeek.
yeah.
Yeah, like I saw something where people were like couldn't fathom that he didn't have enough, his family didn't have enough money to pay his health bills.
I saw that
But
too.
like that totally makes sense to anybody
Yeah.
who's an actor.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for explaining that because I really didn't I don't understand your business like that because I don't do it, but so I appreciate you telling me that.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
you've been in 5 horror movies so far. Starry Eyes, love that movie. It's a great like indie flick. That's great. And 2 horror shorts. What is it about
Oh
the
my
genre that
gosh,
keeps bringing you back? And have you always
I
been a
think
horror fan?
I think I've probably been in like 14 horror films at this
Oh.
Oh
point.
wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been my first movie I ever did was with Don Coscarelli, who did Phantasm. It was John Dies at the End. It was the first movie I ever auditioned for, and it. I remember I got the script for it, and it was so like batshit crazy, and I couldn't really make heads or tails of it. And I was like, I don't really know if I want to go for the callback for it. Like, I didn't understand what the movie was. And they don't tell you who the directors are or who you're working with in the beginning. And then my roommate at the time was friends with Jonah Hill, like not meaning to name drop, but he happened to be at the house and she was like, oh, you should talk to my roommate. She's like going out for a movie and she doesn't want to do the callback and she needs some advice. And I told him about it, and he was just like, take everything you get, even if it's terrible, be the best thing in it. And he's like, that's how I have my whole career. Like, I just said yes to everything and I tried to be the best thing in it. And if you look at all my first movies, like, they're terrible, but I was good in them. And so I was like, okay, I'll go out for the callback. I got it. And then I saw it was Don Coscarelli. And I had seen like Bubba Hotep, I'd seen Phantasm. And like, as soon as I knew it was him, the script made total sense. And that ended up being, I booked it. It ended up being John Dies at the end. And we went to Sundance with it. I got to work with Paul Giamatti, who had the exact same advice as Jonah. He was like, take everything you can get, work with as many people as you can. Like, unless there's a real reason, don't say no to things. Just like try to keep working. And yeah, so because I did such a like high profile indie horror film, I just like the calling card came from the horror world, and I got to work on like Southbound and Starry Eyes and this movie Teenage Cocktail. I worked with this producer Travis Stevens a lot, who now is directing. He used to produce, and it's a small world, and like if you're good to people and you know, you keep those relationships. So I'm really lucky to have been working in that community. I love it. I love the people working in it. I love the fans. I just love, like, if you go to like there's no place more fun in the world than a horror film festival. Like, everybody's just so supportive, and singing karaoke together and like having the best time and truly like trying to like raise each other up is the best.
That's awesome. Now, I will say, if I ever met Jonah, I'd have to set him straight. He said that he took some awful roles. Grandma's Boy is a classic, and that's the first time I remember seeing him. So,
I haven't seen Grandma's Boy yet. I have to
oh,
watch.
it's one of the funniest comedies I've ever seen. I stand by that.
Okay,
So,
cool.
Yeah, and just speaking on what you said about the film festivals, I go to a lot of conventions, and I've noticed that, especially with the ladies, the women, they're very I don't know what the best word is, but there's a great camaraderie amongst the women in horror. Like, they lift each other up a lot. They always support each other, like in their like Instagram posts, like praising them for getting another movie. So I just wanted to shout out especially the women of horror. Like they stick up for each other a lot.
Yeah,
tight knit.
it's great.
Yeah, very tight knit group. But speaking of
I've never done a convention or been to a convention, but I really want to. Like, I'm just learning about the convention world, and it sounds so cool.
Yeah.
well,
He
I know.
goes to basically everyone in the country, so he'll see
No,
you.
I go to the
Oh,
Florida.
you have to message me some of them, like, so I know what they
I
are.
go to the ones in Florida. They're great. But like out in California, y'all got like Creep Eye Econ. I know that's a big one out there. Uh, let's see. I know like Halloween has their big like anniversary conventions out there, Friday the 13th. But they're a lot of fun, even if you go just to hang out. Like, even if you're not a guest yet, they're definitely fun just to go. And like somebody might even dress up as Dolly. Like that could
Yeah,
I
happen.
hope so. I feel like our costume designer did such a good job. It's like it's really prepped
definitely.
for people to do couples costumes.
Like Shutter,
Whole
100%.
family. No.
like I know that Dolly was a Shutter IFC film, and I saw somebody at Scaradise was Johnny from In a Violent Nature. So there's definitely like somebody could dress up as
Yeah.
Dolly. That'd be really cool. Then you could go meet him, and say, "Hey, I was in that movie." That'd be awesome.
At our premiere, at one of our LA premieres, I did some Q&As for it, and somebody came dressed as Macy as my character,
That's
which
awesome.
was so cool to see. And some people came
Yeah.
with like the Dolly eye painted on
Oh
them.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so
it's
cool.
already
That's
happening.
Horror fans are the best. But
Yeah, they're the best.
speaking of shorts, you also co-wrote, co-directed, and starred in a short in 2018 called Earth is a Paradise. Is writing and directing something you'd like to do more of in the future as well with acting?
Yeah, that was the first thing that I ever wrote and directed, and I've been directing ever since then. So I've made a bunch of music videos, I've made a bunch of shorts, I've done some commercials. I did a music video where I got to direct Andy McDowell. I did
That's
another
cool.
one at the beginning of this year where I made this like really twisted creature that gets found in a dumpster, and I like got to create the whole tale in this trash can world that she lives in. And my friend Chris Candy was acting in it. It's for this band Tempers. Like I do both. I do both all the time. But like for directing stuff, I think because I haven't done it as a job necessarily, like I've done a few commercials, but I get to just do whatever I want for that. And for the acting stuff, it's a little more collaborative, or sometimes it's more of taking a job, which is different. But yeah, I mean, I want to, I'm trying to write some features right now. I want to direct some stuff too.
Awesome. Yeah, that's something I've been kicking around for the past few years too, writing a few scripts, and I haven't even tried to put them in front of anyone, but because I'm very self-conscious. But I definitely, once you start writing something, it's so freeing to just see where your mind takes it. It's fun.
Somebody
Um,
gave me some really good advice for that because I'm such a perfectionist that like I had so many things I was working on that I just never even put out.
yep.
So like I released a short last year called The X, but I actually directed that like 5 years before, but I just was tweaking it and tweaking it. And an ex of mine, he's a composer, and we were working on a music video for him together, and he was just like, I didn't want to release it because it wasn't good enough. And he was like, I put out my B's. I sometimes put out my C's. You can't wait for everything to be an A. Otherwise, you're never going to put anything out. And he's like, for somebody else, that might be inspiring to them. You might get a job from it. Like, you have to just, once you do it, you have to just put it out. And I think that that's really good advice. So I think about that all the time. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, even if it's not perfect, like, let people see it. Like, just make it. Get it
That
out of the
is
system so new energy can flow.
That's really good advice because I had one that I finished and it took me forever to start the next one because I was still thinking about what could I change. So it's good advice. But we have to talk about your latest project. We've kind of we've mentioned it briefly already, but Dolly was released in theaters March 6th, and I believe is still in the theaters through the end of the month, if I'm correct.
Mhm.
And you play the lead, Macy. Can you talk to us about landing that role and what kind of preparation you went into to portray the final girl?
Yeah. I got sent the script. My manager also manages this actor, Scoot McNeary, who's a really
Oh
brilliant
yeah,
actor.
he is.
Um, and Scoot had worked with Rod, the director of Dolly, on a previous film, Blood for Dust, and he just loved the experience of working with Rod and the whole team. And basically, Rod was looking for somebody to play Macy, and he thought that I could be really good for the role. So I read the script, and it was just like every page I turned, I didn't think it could get more fucked up and twisted. And then I would turn the page, and I was like, holy shit, like I can't believe
Yeah.
this. Um, and I've like done other movies before where there was some uh like on low budget, you don't always have the best like safety protocols. So I had a lot of concerns, and Rod handled them amazingly. Like we just had a super honest conversation, and he was like, "This is how we're going to do this. This is how we're going to do this." I was like, "These are some things I'm scared about." I was scared about like there's a scene where I'm like in a thing, and like if you read the script, it says that it's like cracking because it's so tight, and
Oh,
I was like, "How am I going to do?" So whatever. He worked through my fears with me, and then I come from theater, so like when you do a play you're rehearsing for 6 months, 3 months to 6 months, and then you're doing like the whole of the story from beginning to end. You're going through that emotional like flow. And sometimes you have shows in the morning and the evening. Like you have to have that bandwidth to be able to do that. So I can do that. I have a lot of stamina.
yeah, it's awesome.
I'm glad you brought up, your reservations from reading the script because Macy went through hell in this movie, not just physical abuse, but also a lot of mentally disturbing events as Dolly quite literally tried to mother her. I'm curious what the set is like when you hear cut after going through so much trauma. Is it light and friendly, or does it take a while to kind of like shake that feeling off?
It's both. It's both. We shot on 16 millimeters, so we didn't have a whole lot of room to do a bunch of takes. So like we took um being in pretty seriously so that we didn't, fuck up anything. And it was definitely nice to have the lighter days. Like when Sean showed up on set and we were shooting our scenes, like it was in the middle of the shoot. It was such a relief because that was really like we were just joking and having fun and I was doing tick checks on him all the time. He was like obsessed thinking he had ticks on him every day. But no, it took a while, and people were really respectful. Like I would just let them know I need a second, or Max, the other actor, would. And Max and I were like very, very much like in cahoots. We were really each other's support system.
You
That
said
Max and I were
Max,
each
yeah.
other's like support systems. Which yeah, we just really like we would check because I Max had never acted in a movie before. And so I was trying to like be there for them because it can be a really intimidating place. Like you were saying about not knowing stuff, like you get on set and people are using all of the jargon, all the lingo. They're not stopping to catch you up. And you're just like trying to act like you know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. And so I tried to be like that support system for Max. And then Max comes from a world of, professional wrestling, and there were a lot of stunts, there was a lot of physicality. So they really tried to be that support system for me. And so we were kind of we were in our own little bubble for a lot of it. But when we weren't shooting, it was a lot of fun. We would have like karaoke weekends and um every night at the hotel, we all like would meet at this one at Scotty's bar and like have a drink and just all hang out there.
That's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm just going to give a quick follow up with Max, the Impaler, played Dolly in the film. Such a menacing and creepy character that I think was portrayed perfectly. Scary. You kind of mentioned about the relationship, but you two went through some very, I'll say, odd scenes in the film. They Max fed you like a baby, changed your diaper like a baby. And I know you two going into the scene kind of had to think this is kind of weird, but after it's done, you're acting, you're doing a great job portraying this fear, this awkward situation. How did you two like comfort each other, like after the scenes, before the scenes? You kind of mentioned it, but was there anything else like it's like, all right, we're going to give our best, or like motivational speeches, anything like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think a lot of it was like we rehearsed, we practiced. Max was very much like Max would not have done anything even if even no matter who told them to if it wasn't okay with me. So Max double, triple checked everything with me.
That's awesome.
And really, really made me feel like I was so safe. So that was paramount. But for the most part, it was just a lot of like conversations and checking in and being like, hey, do you want to talk about this scene? Do you want to work through this? Like it was and because we were shooting on film, you have to have a lot of rehearsals. So there was, for some of those scenes, like the diaper scene and those things that are, it was a closed crew. It wasn't that many people. Um, there was a lot of respect given between me and Max, and then also just like the crew as a whole.
Hmm. Awesome.
But yeah, Max and I were just like, and then we were also just joking a lot of the time. Like we had to
Yeah.
release the tension of the film, so we were just always going like, what the hell?
I have one more quick follow up, real quick, before you go, Dustin. We had Lou Temple on many many moons ago. I don't know if you know who Lou Temple is, but he was in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre at the beginning, and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
and he told us like seeing Leatherface, even though you're in a movie, just seeing Leatherface and how big and hulking he was still questioning whether or not his prop gun would be enough to stop Leatherface. Whenever you saw Dolly in the woods the first time, did you get like a sense of fears, like seeing this character in the woods in this spooky setting, with all these dolls around? Did you still, feel a real ethereal fear, like even though you're an actor in a movie?
Yes, yeah. I mean, Max is so like safe that it was like a combination. But yeah, for sure. And I think that like the way that I work and the headspace that I put myself in to be able to do some of this is I make it very real for myself. And I remember even when we were shooting, I tried to like one of the crew members was like, we'd shot a scene, and I think the scene I didn't play it super big, and they were like, why weren't you screaming or freaking out in that scene? And I was like, well, I if I was really trying to like survive, if I was really trying to make this out alive, like you can't just scream the whole time. You can't just be I have to work within the script. I have to make the choice. I have to make the choices that it says Macy's making.
Hmm.
So but within those choices, I'm trying to figure out a way to make it as real and viable. So like if there's like a really stupid decision she's making, I'm trying to be like, okay, how is the terror this big that she can't see this other obvious choice, that like this is the only choice for her. So I think like for better or worse, I kind of put myself in that state, especially because we had such little shooting time. So I was definitely afraid. Like I was doing these exercises to like make my panic go up in between takes. And there's some really funny like BTS videos I think people have of it. I look so stupid.
Well, Dolly also has some familiar faces in the film as you play the girlfriend and slash possible fiance of Sean William Scott's character, you mentioned there, and you also get terrorized by Ethan Suplee. That's two guys that have beloved credit after beloved credit on their resumes. So I'm just curious, like, what were they like to work with?
Oh, they were both incredible. Like I said, when Sean showed up, it was like the best break from how tense everything was. And he was so funny. He's basically like the human equivalent of a golden retriever. I've like that's what I'm sticking to. There was a point where he left a room and I turned to one of the PAs and I was like, if I said that he said something really fucked up to me, would you believe me? And she was like, no. Like nobody would believe a bad thing about him if you've met him because he's so nice. It's ridiculous. Like
That's
we were
great
in
to
the
hear.
boiling sun and they were holding umbrellas over us so that our like makeup didn't run and because we have to do the take. And
Right.
he was just like, no, I can't like have you hold like no, I'll hold my umbrella. Like what if no, I'm not like Tom Cruise. I can't have a photo of somebody holding an umbrella over. He just is always like so thoughtful and caring. And then Ethan's number one, such a great actor. Like, and he also really loves theater and like we bonded over theater stuff. I ended up like hooking him up with a friend of mine who is a theater director in New York because he lives in New York. And yeah, I really loved the off time, like our on-set scenes together, but I love the off time that I got to share with both of them.
That's great to hear that Sean's as funny as he is in his movies, but also a nice guy. Like, that's awesome.
He sent me
Um,
like a voice note the other day because he went and watched the movie in the movie theater, and he sent me this like minute long voice note, just like praising me and sending me so much love. And I cried
Oh,
when I listened to it. And I
that's
saved it. I
awesome.
like saved it in a little folder on my computer, and I was just like, this is such a thoughtful person because
Yeah.
he's the name, right? He's the
Yeah.
name of the movie, and for him to give like this much care towards like all the other people involved and he's so
That's
excited about the project too. He said that he hasn't like freaked out about reading a script as much since when he read American Pie.
yeah.
nice.
He
Well,
loved it.
his character went through hell in the movie, so I'm glad he loved it.
Yeah.
So you filmed the movie in Chattanooga, Tennessee, and as a fellow East Tennessean, I've just got to know, how was your experience here? I'm about an
Uh,
hour. I'm about an hour up the road from Chattanooga, but I'm very familiar with the city, and I hope it treated you well.
well, one of my best friends in the whole world is from Knoxville.
Oh, okay.
So, and then Max actually had a wrestling match in Knoxville. So the whole crew drove up and we went to go watch the wrestling match.
Was
And
it at Jackson Terminal?
it was at a
You
high school.
Was that a high school? Okay.
It was at a
Cause
high school.
okay. Kind of bummed I didn't go.
And it would have been in the spring, right, of 2024.
Yeah, I was here. Anyway.
But so we went to Knoxville. I love Chattanooga. Number one, um, very pleasantly surprised by how good the food is there. Like the restaurant scene there is insane. They
Yeah.
have, I forget the name of it, but there's this one Mediterranean restaurant that like knocks the socks off of any place here in LA. Uh, there was also like I don't know, just there's so many of the people got involved in the film, and there were a lot of like donors or people that helped out. Like the whole all of the interiors are from a set, and we shot it in an old perfume factory. And like I might be mistaken, but I think the guy just donated that space to us and like let us use it. So it was a really wonderful community to work with, and I loved it. They also like gave me a Dodge Charger to like get to and from set, but I
Whoa.
drive like a old Toyota Camry in LA, so I was like driving this Dodge Charger like a million miles an hour in Tennessee. I loved it.
Awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed your time here. Um, All right, so switching gears from Dolly, before we let you go, another question that I like to ask our guests, kind of put you on the spot, but are you familiar with Letterboxd?
Of course.
Okay,
It's my favorite
so
app.
same. I got to know what your top four on Letterboxd is.
Okay. Well, I will say that they change. I'm not a like forever the same top four,
Very fair.
but I think right now it's After Hours.
I just
One,
watched that the
it's
other
my
day.
favorite Scorsese film. Uh, Also, I ended up finding out, okay, maybe I should just, no, it's interesting. So basically, the writer of After Hours ended up getting sued because it was like from this, there was this not podcast, this nighttime radio show that kind of had these almost like uh Twilight Zone-esque stories that this guy would tell. And so he stole one of them and wrote
Oh,
After Hours. And so I ended up finding that guy at some point and listening to all of his radio shows, and they're also really incredible. But After Hours. And another one that I have on there right now is why can't I think? Okay, I'm gonna look, but I know who the director is. The director is Lucrecia Martel, who's one of my favorite directors. She's an Argentinian director, La Cienega.
I've heard of
So
that.
she has. I was at a film festival and I saw this movie of hers called The Headless Woman just by chance, and I was really obsessed with. There's like this ringtone in it that is so haunting, and it's like every time this ringtone play, I have goosebumps right now thinking about it. And the way that she uses like the most minimalistic choices to inspire such fear. It reminds me of like H.G. Clouseau, who's this French horror director who did like Wages of Fear and Diabolique. And he's one of my favorite directors, but she's incredible. La Cienega's incredible. Okay, so La Cienega. Uh, Third one I have up there is probably uh yeah, Days of Being Wild, Wong Kar-wai. I'm obsessed with Wong Kar-wai. I love the way he does storytelling. He like always asks a question. He's kind of like, why are things like this? Why is timing so fucked up? Like, why does everything? And then all of the parts of the story are basically trying to answer this question, and it like kind of doesn't make sense, but it like does, and you leave and you feel so moved by it. So that, and then right now I have Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, which is actually another Scorsese film, and
hmm
it's a really, really, really great indie. Uh, it has Ellen Burstyn in it, but I just came from an acting intensive, and I was watching a bunch of movies with actors who were in the actors studio, and she's a great actors studio actor. And she really fought for this movie, and her work in this movie is just so good. I think she might have been nominated for an Academy Award for it. But I just switched it out with Woman Under the Influence, and Jenna Rollins is probably my favorite actress of all time. So that often goes in the mix too.
Okay. Well, I know you didn't ask, but I'm gonna tell you mine anyway.
Please, please. Yeah, I would love to know both of yours.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go, Nico. Uh, First of all, In Bruges, but Martin McDonagh is my favorite writer director. I think the way he blends comedy with serious situations, he's just the best. So I could really put his four movies up there. But In
And
Bruges,
he's a theater director too.
yeah, yeah, he
Yeah.
is. Second, I've got Midsommar, Ari Aster, A24.
Yes.
It's just so unnerving.
Yes,
Third,
yes.
We
yeah,
both conveniently have
I've got
Florence
the
Pugh
Florence
shirts
Pugh
on.
shirt on.
Oh
He's
my
got the
God. He's
Midsommar.
like one of my top directors. I would kill to work with him.
I love everything. Like even the bizarre.
Birdman is like a perfect. It's pretty much
Yes,
a perfect movie to me.
yes. I liked Eddington. I liked Beau is Afraid.
Yes.
Even the strange thing about the Johnsons is terrible subject matter, but it's
I
effective.
Oh,
haven't seen that one.
It's a short. I wouldn't
it's
recommend.
on YouTube. It's on
It's
YouTube.
on
Check it out.
YouTube.
Check it out and email us. Let us know what you think.
It's
Okay,
Don't
sure.
look
very
up anything about it.
Okay, I won't look up
it's
anything.
very messed up subject matter, but it's very effective. And for it to be his first short, it's incredible. Third is my favorite Scorsese movie, The Departed. I mean,
Oh, love the. Okay, funny story. Our DP is he's from Boston, or if he's not, I think he is. He's basically obsessed with Boston and with all things. So I was playing this prank where I was like quoting The Departed the whole time, but I would try to quote it in ways that sounded like I wasn't
Yeah.
quoting it. And I was like waiting to see when he would get it. And at some point, finally, then she's like, I know what the fuck you're doing.
That's funny. And my fourth one I just swapped out. I had Scarface in there because I know that movie gets a lot of flack, but it's been one of my favorites.
It's such a fun movie.
It is. But I just put, this is another one that it goes in and out of my top four all the time, but The Graduate, Dustin Hoffman, Mike Nichols. I
Yes.
love that movie. It's
Yes.
it's the
Mike
perfect
Nichols,
comedy to me.
all-time best director. Carnal Knowledge. Ugh.
Yeah. So
Uh,
good.
yeah. His
Uh,
autobiography is really great.
All right, so
that's
I'll read. I'll list mine off real quick. I'm pretty basic, so just forgive me. But up first, I got Interstellar. Like I love that movie. All of these movies kind of pull at the heartstrings at some point. Number two, don't judge me, but I got The Notebook. I love that movie.
Notebook.
It chokes me up in a lot of scenes. Number three, I'm a big Mia Goth fan. I have Pearl. It's one of my favorite performances from anybody. And number four, and like you mentioned, like you could change this out at any moment. Like there's so many good movies out there. Like I could swap any of these out and be fine. But my fourth one, I also have Midsommar as well, but the director's cut,
Yeah.
Oh,
the 3 hour
I
director's
only,
cut.
I only saw it in the theater. Do I need to rewatch it?
You need to watch the
Yeah.
director's cut of it.
It adds context to one scene in particular that it changes it. It makes it so much
Okay,
better.
sold.
Yeah.
It's like 30 minutes longer, but it makes the movie so much better.
Yeah.
Sold.
I mean, it's great. So definitely check. Are you an A24 member by any chance?
How are you a member? I didn't know that there was a membership.
It's just like a membership thing. You just sign up. It's like $5-10 a month or whatever, but they give you like discounts on all like their merchandise. They give you a free ticket to all their movies. But if you buy the Blu-ray off of A24, it comes with a director's cut, so
Yeah.
I can watch it on my app or whatever. I'll give you my login if you want to use it.
I would love that. Thank you.
here, actually.
Oh,
And
you
actually-
have the physical copy. I know.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm a DVD person. Like I
Same.
I have a whole thing full of DVDs, and I have a
Yeah, me
DVD
too.
player that's like a world player, so I can watch ones from other.
That's
Right,
awesome.
because like it doesn't let you watch.
Oh
other-
yeah. Region free. Yeah.
But my one I can watch from other places. Yeah,
That's
because some of
awesome.
them, it's like if it's not on streaming, you basically can't watch
Exactly.
the stuff anymore.
That's why I have over 1,000 Blu-rays and DVDs. I mean, I don't want to rent
That's
something on
incredible.
Amazon and if I'm gonna watch it again. But funny thing about Midsommar is I went and got the maypole tattoo,
Oh,
and
that's so cool.
I got it, and then I realized after I was there that I got the tattoo on Florence Pugh's birthday. That's way creepier than it was. I just wanted the tattoo. I didn't know it was her birthday when I went.
When's
But
her birthday?
January? No. When did I get that tattoo? See, I don't remember. That proves that I didn't do it intentionally. But
If you ever meet her, you have to tell her. I feel like people think that things are creepy, and actually, it's just like kind of cool and flattering.
hopefully it's January 3rd. Yeah,
Yeah, you got to tell her.
we'll see. I don't know.
Meeting Florence
That's
Pugh,
that's embarrassing.
Yeah, that'd be difficult to pull that one off. Yeah, but me and Dustin are big physical media collectors. Like I love collecting Blu-rays, steel books. I know he does as well. The A24 like edition Blu-rays there. I don't know, they're just cool to have. And like you
Yeah.
never know, like 28 days later before 28 years later came out, you couldn't rent it anywhere. Like it wasn't available any streaming, like you couldn't pay for it, anything. So there is some truth to that. Like if you have the physical copy, they can't take that from you. You can always watch
Yep.
it.
Well, there's also like, I don't know if you guys have this, but in LA, we have, I love it, this theater slash like video rental place that still exists called Vidiots. They do like really, really great screenings, but they have a video rental house and they have a bunch of DVDs there. So I like literally still rent DVDs.
That's awesome. No,
That's
we don't
awesome.
have anything like that here. I'm not sure about Tallahassee, but they've all gone away, and it makes me sad.
When Netflix first came out, I remember it was like my absolute dream because it was when it was the two DVDs.
Yep.
So I was like, I had Mac the Ripper, and I would just I had my list of movies that I could never find at a rental house, and all of a sudden I was like ordering them on Netflix and then burning them and sending them back. So I have this binder full of like DVDs from when I was like a kid that I
Yeah.
got. I was like, these are really good DVDs.
Yeah, That's awesome.
I would watch the Criterion Collection and I would like write down everybody's top four, or
Yeah,
like when they would go like what their favorite movies were, and then I would
yeah,
look up those movies and try to watch them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, I want to watch A Woman Under the Influence. I know you mentioned that. I've heard a lot of other actors and actresses mention that movie, so I need to watch that one. I like Jenny Rollins. I mean, I picked The
Oh,
Notebook, so
she's my queen. Let me show you. This is my very messy office, but here she is,
Oh,
signed, a signed
oh,
thing of
sweet.
her looking over me at
that's
all
awesome.
times.
That's awesome. Hey, heck, Dustin, we just started talking. I forgot we were doing an interview. I've closed my app out. But before, I got to ask you one bonus question. I asked another actress from the Hell House LLC movies. I don't know if you've seen any of those or not. They're really good found footage flicks. But we asked her
No, I haven't watched them.
if you could join. I don't know how big of a horror movie fan you are, like watching them, but if you could join any franchise, let's say this franchise is coming out with the next movie next or in 6 months. If you could join any horror franchise, which one would it be?
That's a really good question. Okay, I
I'll
have
go
two things.
first. I'll go
Okay.
first. I'm a huge Saw fan, so I would join the Saw franchise.
Oh, Saw scares me so much. There's probably almost nothing that fucks me up more than
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
How would you want to get murdered?
I don't care. Something creative.
Okay. Okay, what about you?
Uh, I think the franchise needs to take a break based on the feelings around this latest movie. But I'm a big Scream franchise guy. I like Scream. I like meta comedy horror. So
Yeah.
probably maybe Scream or really, I'll be honest. Nico knows this. Anything Rob Zombie does, I'd like to be in
Yeah.
that. I love
Yeah.
Rob Zombie's movies. So he's so creative.
I mean, I think, well, a couple things. Number one, I know that they're doing a Texas Chainsaw TV show. That's
Yeah.
no, actually A24 is doing it.
Yeah.
And I am like desperate to get an audition for it. I would so love to be in that world.
That would be awesome.
Um, and I know that this is like past, but I do view this as a version of horror. Like I would cut my right leg off to be in Twin Peaks.
Oh yeah,
Um,
Okay.
David
lo-
Lynch.
oh God, I would love, like, I wish so bad. I just ordered a print of his to put on the other side of my Jenna one. He's probably one of my favorite directors of
Yeah.
all time.
I
Um,
see. Blue Velvet's another movie that's been in my top four on
Blue
Letterboxd.
Velvet's been in
So
mine too.
yeah, me
But for
too.
the fun of it, I feel like the Final Destination, or you know what? Actually, my biggest fear in the entire world, like there's no the movie that started me being slightly obsessed with horror films in a way that I'm like terrified. I really am like I get so scared. I'm the jumpiest person. Is Chucky?
Oh,
So when
Same.
I was a
I was
kid,
terrified as a kid.
yeah.
like my aunt and uncle showed it to me, and I remember being like a kid sitting on the couch, just knowing that he was definitely underneath the couch, so I couldn't get off the couch, but like
Yeah.
watching it through my fingers. I had dreams about Chucky till I was like 13 years old.
Yeah, I
Like
was
not
so
even
scared.
scary dreams, like dreams where he would propose to me and like where
Oh
he would
wow,
just like
this is
be
some
hanging out with me.
this is some
The new Bride
Beetlejuice
of
kind of
Chucky.
stuff. Yeah.
The new Bride of
Yeah, so
Chucky.
I think it would be Chucky.
Okay. You remember the My Buddy dolls that were from like the early '90s or late '80s? Is like a
I
it's like
probably blocked it out.
it's like a stuffed, I don't know, like foot and a half, 2 foot tall doll that were for boys and girls. And I had one, and I remember watching Chucky when I was way too young to watch it. My dad terrorized me with My Buddy doll. So yeah, I understand that fear as well.
Yeah, I mean, one of my biggest fears, like no joke, is adult babies. So doing this movie was like
Oh,
full exposure therapy. Like because of Chucky, I don't know, I have a phobia of adult babies or just like the baby even in Roger Rabbit that talks like creeps me out. On Halloween when people dress as babies, like I can't look at it. It really gives me the heebie-jeebies.
It's
So when you
creepy.
were like, were you really scared? Actually, that's more probably the real answer is that it is my biggest.
They're creepy.
Oh.
I get it.
well, you brought up conventions earlier. If you want to fly down to Orlando at the end of May, Don Mancini, the creator of Chucky and Child's Play, is actually going to be at Spooky Empire at one of the conventions. You can go meet him and like make your pitch if you want to.
That's not a bad idea. I mean, I've never
And Brad
done
Dorff
a,
will be there. His daughter Fiona, like a lot of them will be there.
I really want to. Like it seems like if it's anything kind of like the film fest, like the horror festivals, like it would be the most fun place.
Yeah.
Yeah, cons are fun. We
Will you
really
send me some of them? Like you have my email. Will you shoot some of them over that you like to me?
sure they're in Florida. That's the only ones I've
Yeah,
been
that's
to.
fine.
Okay, sure, we got you. Just want to thank you again for joining us. Dolly is still in theaters as of now, so go check out if you can. Before we let you go, is there anything else you'd like to shout out, like any future projects? Where can people follow you on social media? Where can the fans follow you?
Sure. Well, Dolly's in theaters till the end of the month, but then it goes to Latin America, Central America, France, Germany. It's getting like a pretty big release elsewhere. So if
Awesome.
you're from another country, it's probably going to be in a theater next month or the month after. So keep a lookout. I have another movie called Lake Travis that I shot last year that's gonna hopefully be coming out next year. I'm really, really, really proud of it. So I hope that you guys get to see it.
Can you give us some
And
context?
it's
Because I
okay.
know
It's
I'm a bass fisherman. I don't know if I know there's a Lake Travis in Texas. Is it related to
yeah,
that?
that's what we shot.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it's basically it's like after the death of their father, and the father is kind of like a Bukowski-esque writer character, like he's famous in that way. These four siblings go back to their family home, and they all kind of have these like different secret worlds that they actually occupy that come out over these 72 hours together. And it's really well written. The other actors are incredible. Like if you like a movie that pulls at your heartstrings, it's really emotional and it's funny. And I got to play like a character that I don't usually get to play in it. I play this like really kind of aggressive lesbian, like just like she you do not fuck with her character, and I loved it. Yeah.
That's awesome.
That and yeah, you can follow me on my Instagram is my name, Fabianne .gst, because my actual last name is Stuttenmeyer, but nobody can pronounce it, so I use my middle name, Therese. But
Okay.
yeah,
Awesome.
Awesome. What's your letterboxed? Just
my
you
name,
don't.
Fabianne Stuttenmeyer. Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, I'm definitely gonna follow you on there.
Honestly, follow me on letter. I love like following other people and people following me on Letterboxd.
All right. Well, I'm doing a lot of I've mapped out a challenge for every month of 2026. So I've already got 2026 mapped of what movie I'm watching every day of the year. And
What's your challenge?
this month, March is because January I did 31 days, 31 different directors. February I don't remember what I did in February, but March is
A different director. You did director in
Oh,
February.
that was February. So what was January? January was just
The number.
Oh yeah, so like the first day one was One Battle After Another. Day two was Too Fast, Too Furious. So a number in the title for all 31
That's
days.
so creative.
March, I just decided to get colorful. So Roy G. Biv. I did a bunch of red movies, then then a few orange,
What do you mean
yellow,
a bunch
green.
of red movies?
So like I did Red with Bruce Willis. I did Red Rocket, Red Eye,
Oh,
Red
that have it
Dragon
in the title.
in
Okay,
the
okay,
title.
okay.
And
Yeah.
so now I'm on Green. Today I watched The Green Hornet with Seth Rogen. I hadn't seen that movie in years.
Are you gonna
And
watch
so
Green Room?
I watched Green Room already. Yep, I watched it 3 days ago, 4 days ago. Tomorrow starts the first Blue section, so I'm watching Blue Moon, Ethan Hawke. It's a great movie. I'm gonna rewatch it, and then it's Blue
Love.
Velvet.
Yeah.
So that's March. I do stuff. I've got stuff like
You
that
watch a
planned
movie every day?
every day.
Oh,
It's
that's
it's
it's always
embarrassing.
my goal, and then I like start off the month and I fall off, and I start off the month and I fall off.
No, it's actually sickening and embarrassing to know how many movies I watched like last year. I watched and logged. It's pulling up 635 movies in 2025.
That's incredible.
So,
That's
yeah.
really incredible.
So
As
yeah.
I'm such a big movie lover. Like I love that you guys are too.
Oh, I picked that up on your Instagram, and I was like, oh, she seems like she doesn't just do it for work. She loves this. So that was
No, I
awesome.
love it. Like
Yeah.
if I don't make money, like if I actually like I used to work all the time and I had a little gap and I was like it didn't even feel like it because I was doing theater, I was making movies. Like I'll be doing this till I'm 80 years old.
I love
Like
that.
without a shadow of a doubt, you
Yeah.
know?
What's your comfort movie? Long day, just
Great
something to
question.
put on.
Maybe, well,
What?
one of them is After Hours. That's why it's one of my favorites. I think it's probably the movie I've seen more than almost anything else. I also, whenever I watch a scary movie, because I really do get so freaked out, I have to watch like a Disney cartoon afterwards, at least a little bit of it. So I usually put on like Mowgli or the
Oh, okay.
Aristocats
Awesome
afterwards.
throwback Disney's
See,
nice.
see, my Disney go to is Robin Hood with the
Love
foxes.
Robin Hood.
That's my favorite. So yeah,
Robin Hood's so good.
you brought
Awesome.
up
Or,
you brought up
huh?
After Hours, and it's just anytime that my friends are trying to get me to come out, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of tired. I don't really want to go out. I just think about After Hours. I'm like, see, if he'd have stayed home, he could have avoided all that. So I stay home. So that movie
Yeah,
helps
but
me.
you wouldn't have had that whole adventure.
That's true, but sometimes you don't need an adventure.
It's true. It's true. A lot of the movies that I direct or like that I write are a little bit like After Hours. They're kind of like I write a lot of like dark comedies, like about
Oh,
like
that's
fucked
awesome.
up. Usually
That's
it's like a kind of fucked up woman and like her adventure or her journey. Like Earth is a Paradise is a little like that.
Watch
well,
the
I told
coffee
you.
table. Watch the coffee table.
Yeah, that
If you
one's
like
messed
fucked
up.
up movies.
Oh,
It,
I've seen The Coffee Table. Great
Yeah,
short. Yeah.
we're reviewing it next week. But that's dark comedies, fucked up movies. That's like my go-to. I told you I love Martin McDonagh, so yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
His last one, what was it? The
The Banshees
with
of
Colin Farrell.
Inisherin.
Yeah, it was my favorite movie of the
Oh,
year. It
so
was
good.
so good.
Yeah, that one,
His,
Three Billboards, Seven Socks. I love them all.
he's so good at like that thing, it's such a universal feeling. You're like, wait, why is my friend mad at me? What did I do? It's
Yeah,
like simplest thing. He can take that simple feeling that everybody has experienced, but it's like drives you crazy, and he can make a whole story about it.
yeah.
That the story has nothing to do with anything you've ever experienced, but
You
you
feel connected.
hold that thing. I
Yeah.
call it the golden orb. So like I think like Tennessee Williams said this about a play he wrote. Somebody asked him, I don't know which one it was, but why he wrote a certain play, and he was like, "Oh, it was because of the palm tree outside of the way the palm tree moved in the wind outside of my hotel." And I think that like when there's something that you just like can't stop thinking about, or it's a feeling or a memory or a person or a smell, it's a golden orb. And then if you can make a movie around that still maintains that feeling, that's when it's really effective. David Lynch is so good at it. That's Wong Kar-wai is so good at it. Um, but yeah, so like that's Mark McDonagh is also really, really good at that thing.
Yeah, for sure.
all right, one more question. What's your best theater experience?
Um, oh my God, so many. It's my favorite space to
Well,
exist
pick a
in.
few of them.
Okay, okay, okay,
Like I
okay.
remember seeing The Strangers. I don't know if you've seen The Strangers or not. I was
No,
in
I
high
haven't.
school and like I went with some friends, but they weren't old enough. They weren't 16, so they couldn't get into the theater. So I went to it by myself. That movie, I'll never forget it.
Okay. Um, Favorite. Okay, well, from doing it, I'd say close. I did a run of Closer once. It was a while ago where I got to play Alice, who's the character that, like in the movie, Natalie Portman plays her. Um, but that came at a time in my life where like I had just lost my grandfather. It was like the first big death I had. And this sounds a little crazy and whatever, I'll get a little emo. But I was doing this was so long ago. I think I was doing John Dice at the end. And I couldn't go to my grandpa's funeral because it was in Sri Lanka and I was working. And I heard this voice in my head. I literally heard his voice say, "Darling, do a play." And it was like nighttime. And I was like, all it was "Darling, do a play." And I went online and I looked up play auditions, and that one had an audition, and it was that night, and I went there and I did an audition for a play I'd never read before, and I booked it, and then I ended up working on it for 6 months, and it's like what got me through that period of grief, and
Wow.
it was such a beautiful I still when you do a play you're stuck with that character for so long it like becomes part of you, so I can
Yeah,
still like say lines from characters that I've experienced way before.
Yeah.
But seeing, I also saw Venus in Fur when I was in New York. It's I forget who wrote the play, which is terrible, but that was a really great experience. And they're doing a new Death of a Salesman, which is
Oh,
like been done a million bajillion times,
yeah.
but apparently this one is really great, so I want to go watch that.
Yeah. Death of a Salesman was my favorite. That might have been the thing in high school that like really made me fall in love with the arts. I don't know what it was, but just reading Death of a Salesman, I was like, I love this so much. And so,
Yeah. I mean, also same author. I did The Crucible, and that
oh
was
yeah,
like one of the best experiences as an
yeah,
actor. I had to.
awesome.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah, I know we
Yeah,
got
yeah. Yeah.
sidetracked.
I
So
feel like the interview a while ago, and then we've just been.
yeah,
Yeah.
thank you for sharing your time with us. And
Okay, yeah. Wait. Last question. If
yes,
you guys have one movie to recommend for me to watch this week, what would it be?
mm,
Anything.
okay, that's tough.
Okay. I know Clint, the director who did that. He's great. Okay, I've seen Hamnet and I've seen Train Dreams. So what about not a new one? Okay, that's the caveat.
I got one that's it's a newer movie, but I don't know how many people saw it, and it's a movie that I've been recommending for about a year now. Sorry, baby. Did you see that?
I've seen Sorry Baby.
Okay, I love that movie. But
It's really good, really good. All three of these are really great.
all right, okay, I
You
got you.
gotta give me one till I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, he gone. Um, okay. I'm looking at my list here. Have you seen? Okay, this might be something that you may not have seen because subject matter may not be up your alley. But The Wrestler, Mickey Rourke.
I've seen The Wrestler.
Okay,
I love The Wrestler. The Wrestler is
okay.
amazing.
It's just a lot of people pro
Okay,
wrestling
but
turns people off.
that's a good like that came out so long ago. I haven't seen it since it was in the movie theater. So that's still a good rec. I'll rewatch The
Okay,
Wrestler.
and Kingpin is another one. Woody
Oh, I've
Harrelson.
never seen Kingpin.
There
Okay,
you
all
go,
right.
Kingpin. It's 1996. Woody Harrelson, Bill Murray.
Okay.
Hilarious movie about bowling.
There's also I just watched a movie called Last Summer that's like pretty it's kind of messed up, but it's also so good. I can't stop thinking about it. They're doing I think they've done like a what is it where they fix the film. They've like
Oh,
done a
Restoration.
restoration. My brain is not working because of the heat.
It's so
Sorry.
hot.
They've done a restoration of it and they're doing like a new release of it now and I highly recommend watching it. It really I don't know if I could watch it a second time, at least not back to back, but it's like
Yeah.
it's pretty incredible.
See, there's movies like that I would give a perfect 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, but just I can't do it to myself. Like Her with Joaquin Phoenix, that movie destroyed me. So I'm in no hurry to watch it again. But
Exactly.
yeah. So
Okay.
all right.
Well,
Well,
thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys taking the time.
thank you so much. You have a great day. Hopefully your breaker gets fixed fast.
Well, it's 6 p.m. over here, so at least it'll be cool for a bit.
Yeah, that's true. All right.
Okay.
You have a good rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.